Alrighty, welcome you lovely people. Good day everybody. Welcome to yet another video. And we are going to be revisiting a previous video that I've done, but things have changed quite substantially since the last time I covered this particular nation. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to Laser5268 for the suggestion. That was a really incredible idea. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys have any YouTube video recommendations, whether you want me to cover a certain nation, a certain vehicle, anything really, let me know down in the comment section below. I promise guys, I do read them. I might not always reply to them, but I do generally, and I generally leave a like behind or a heart, and I do read them. So all your comments, keep up the good work, man. From AXA7554 also, thank you so much for these comments, guys. I really do appreciate them. And they help me keep going and they help me keep making content. But without further ado, let us get into Laser5268's video. Sorry, I had to really read the numbers there. My apologies. And he suggested, or she suggested, they suggested that I should revisit the Swedish tech tree since the Finnish edition. And I thought, you know what, that is actually a brilliant idea. And why don't we go ahead and do it? Also, I do have music on in the background because I'm lazy and I don't feel like adding music later. But let us quickly examine the Finnish edition to this magnificent tech tree and this truly powerful tech tree. What greets you at rank 1? Well, you've got the Vickers Mark E, which is export variant of the Vickers, and then you've got the T28. The T28 we've already covered quite at length in our Russian video, so in my Russian video, sorry. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out, but we do cover the T28 in that. And basic simple takeaways, the T28 is it's a fantastic tank, lots of additional space, lots of survivability. The gun is sometimes a little bit finicky, but you know, it's a fun tank, it's a derpy tank, it's a 1.7 tank, what can you say? We've also got the Vickers Mark E Type B, which is, it plays a lot like a T, I believe it's a T28. Let me just, no, hold on. T26, my apologies. So it plays a little bit like the T26. No, it is the, hang on, wrong. T26, yeah, this one. So it does play a bit like that, a particular vehicle. But overall, it's still fun. Look, don't expect anything world-breaking from it. In my personal opinion, this is just something that you take out to fill your lineup. It can be a lot of fun to play with, but when you've got things like the Stridswagen M31 and M38, respectively, who have an APDS round and an APC-BC round that are pretty effective, you don't really need to take this or the T28 out. They're just fun vehicles to add up and bolster your lineup. Oh, excuse me. My apologies. I got a bit of a water stuck down halfway in the wrong pipe. But then we move on, and we've got the T34 and the Panzer IV. Both of these vehicles, again, we've already covered them in our other tech tree videos. Very effective, very capable vehicles. I'm not going to go too much into them, but they are very good. The same with the PT76 and the Comet. The difference, however, I believe, with the PT76 in the Finnish tech tree is it has a stabilizer. And that makes this vehicle particularly effective. This is I hate the PT76 for several dozen reasons. But this particular PT76, I have no issues playing because it's got that stabilizer with the Heat FS. It's just a really good vehicle. And also, it's fun to play. And at 5.3, Sweden doesn't have a lot going. At 5.0, period, actually. Sweden doesn't have a lot going for it. So that PT76 really does just strengthen your lineup. So does the Comet. Both are very good vehicles. The T-34-85, a fantastic gun on a very good chassis. Fantastic maneuverability, decent armor. What can I say? And the Charioteer also is a bit of an interesting character. The Charioteer at 6.3 is very good. It's got an APDS round. It's got a good mobility, but it doesn't have armor. The Charioteer, if you've played the British lineup, you will know that the Charioteer is a very light vehicle, but it does some funky things with its armor. So sometimes you might survive, sometimes you won't. I'm not saying it's reliable, but it is at least somewhat decent. If I say that, I hazard to say that, but it can be decent in the right circumstances. The T54, an incredible MBT, truly, truly fantastic. It's got a very low profile, a very good gun. It's got reasonably decent mobility. Don't expect any land records from this thing, however, but it can survive a fair amount of punishment, assuming that they don't hit your lower front plate or your lower glacis. So if we quickly do a preview here, on the presumption that they don't hit your lower glacis, the weak spots of your mantlet, so like your machine gun ports and your lower plates, and then obviously your sides, on the presumption that they don't hit any of those parts, you stand a fair chance of survival. And it's the same with the T55M. The fins actually did quite a bit to this vehicle, so it's quite potent. It's still at 8.7, so it complements your 8.7 lineup with the UDES, the IQV 91-105, even the STRV 103C, which is at 8.7, as well as the 104. Interesting, I didn't realize that they switched that around. Well, anyway, point being, it's pretty complementary to your lineup. The Finnish tech tree, you guys must understand, the Finnish tech tree really just provided the life that was required for the Swedish tech tree to be really well-rounded. And with their addition, Sweden has become a very, very dangerous player on the battlefields of War Thunder, because they are now bolstered by not only more vehicles, but more capable vehicles that are capable enough to keep up with the Swedish innovations. But I'll get to that in a moment. The T72M, standard T72, really not much in terms of the modifications going on. The Leopard 2A4, again, we've already got this in the game. Most people will know how this plays. It's a very mobile chassis, it's a very powerful gun, and it's got a very good turret traverse. Those are the main characteristics of the Leopard 2A4, and it's pretty survivable. The characteristics for the T72, quickly just jumping back: decent mobility, very good armor, pretty decent gun, very, very terrible reverse speed. I think that kind of goes without saying. And then you end up with the TA6. Listen to me talk absolute nonsense. Leopard 2A6. This vehicle is insanely good. I've come across it multiple times whilst playing Britain, and the Leopard 2A6, actually while playing Russia as well, and Germany, the Leopard 2A6 is just an incredibly good vehicle. I can't... It's fantastic. There's no more to it. It's really good. Very punchy gun, very good armor, and incredible mobility. That it's the perfect MBT for tank-on-tank combat. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all stay awesome, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys so much for the eyes on. Please take care. Until next time, Cannon Man out.